Yo fam, what's good? What's good? How's everybody? Let's go. Well, hopefully I have your attention. That there is nuts. Yes, think lollies. This thing is cracked. And then if you look here in this particular part, there's two parts to this build. You have the Starfire, well, better than the Starfire, the grenades and how you can throw them. So this is the build, man. It's I've been playing with this build now for probably about a week and a half, probably 2 weeks. As soon as Starfire's got nerfed, I was like, what am I going to run? What am I going to run? And you can just see here, I'm just tanking things like crazy. Basically going to start the loop by consuming your grenade, and then you're going to slam to the ground with heat risers, and that's going to give you restoration, and then that restoration is going to continually keep proccing. You literally struggle to die. Like, this is the new dungeon, and anyone that's done the new dungeon knows how hard this particular encounter is for ads. They just don't stop. They just keep coming and coming and coming. And you're able to just continually just sit here and just throw grenades and just tank as much as you can. The best part about this is there's something that Starfire didn't have, and that was your grenades are now charged and have more damage. So they do 100% more damage when you're at your full stacks of death throws, which is insane. Fusion grenades were already good. Now you've got the restoration side of it as well, so you can stay alive. And those grenades and the recharge rates is just amazing. So better in a team environment, you can really buff up your team as well with your grenades. But this is the build. If you like this kind of stuff, guys, don't forget to smash a like and follow. It all helps to support the channel and helps me to keep encouraging me to keep making these videos for you guys. But this is the build, guys, so make sure you follow it to a T and you should be Gucci. But Well of Radiance is obviously the best when it comes to survivability for a Warlock. You actually need it to make this build work. Phoenix Dive is obviously replacing your rifts. So Phoenix Dive, while heat rises is active, you gain restoration when you slam to the ground and you scorch enemies. I'm running Celestial Fire because it has more range than what the Incendiary Snap does. And I'm going to constantly be throwing it and scorching enemies, and it does a little bit more scorching as well. Fusion Grenades, obviously, enough said, it's the best grenade in the game when it comes to Solar. If you are struggling to stay alive, you can rock a healing grenade as well, which gets additional restoration and stuff as well, but you don't really need it. Heat risers, obviously consuming your grenade, you're going to float. But I really dislike the movement for heat risers, but you need it for this particular build. As you see here, Touch of Flame, healing grenades improves the strength of cure and restoration effects applied to you, and then the fusion grenades gets that double explosion. As I said before, your grenades are already going to be 100% stronger, but you've also got that double explosion as well. Ember of Vaporeon, Solar Weapon or Ability Final Blows extend the duration of restoration and radiant. That one's really important. It's going to keep the radiant and the restoration up for you. Ember of Singeing, your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets, so super important as well. Ember of Solace, radiant and restoration effects applied to you have an increased duration. That's probably the one that you can give or take a little bit, as long as you can get the kills to start with to get that restoration up. An Ember of Torches, powered melee attacks against combatants make you and your nearby allies radiant. So it's a free 25% damage buff to all your weapons. So it's super important. As I said, Ember of Benevolence is probably the one that you want to run if you're in a team environment. Applying Restoration, Cure, or Irradiant to allies grants increased grenade, melee, and class ability regeneration. So you're going to get even more melee and class ability and grenade energy and stuff. So, Verity's Brow is the exotic we're using. So the fourth magic, this is a complex sort of thing to use, and a lot of people use it wrong. So fourth magic, weapon final blows with a damage type matching your subclass energy, which is Solar. Grant you death throws, which provides grenade damage, bonus damage, and grenade energy. So for each stack, you get 50% recharge and 20% damage, capping out at 250 and 100. So 100 times, 100% more damage and 250% more recharge rate. Ashes to assets, obviously, and hands-on here. Now the second part, and any harmonic siphon or any siphons. Now the second part of Verity's Brow is the Feels the Flame. So when you throw a grenade when you're near allies within 20 meters, they're going to get 10 times the grenade recharge rate than they normally would, right? So if you've got someone else running Verities and you're running it, you're going to both be throwing it. It's crazy. It's really, really good. And then Powerful Friends or Radiant Light if you're going to be running as a team. Grenade kickstart on your arms, and then Firepower as well. We're going to be throwing a hell of a lot of grenades here. And then you got Bolstering Detonation, obviously getting that class ability back as quickly as we can. That class ability is what's going to keep that loop. So you're going to consume the grenade, use that class ability. That's going to give us restoration. That's going to continue that loop. Onto your chest, you want to run Charged Up. and then any resiliences you want. The charged up gives you that additional ability to have that additional armor charge as well. Now there's going to be heaps of orbs, so you're going to be able to constantly be getting that and using that grenade kickstart. So the more armor charges, the more grenade energy we get back. Here you got stacks on stacks. Picking up an orb gives you an additional charge, so you get 2 charges instead of 1. We've got Absolution, reduces all the ability cooldowns each time you pick up an orb of power, and then Recuperation replenishes health each time you pick up an orb of power. Now I'm not running the other new mod there, which is about the fire sprites, because the fire sprites override your restoration and things like that, which is not cool. So you don't want to be running that. So make sure you're following it exactly as we are there. Now you can run surges, but they're not essential. On your bond or your class item, Powerful Attraction automatically click orbs of power when you activate your class ability. I love this particular mod. It's been a great addition this season. So you're going to use that Phoenix Diver. That's going to suck in all the orbs for you. You got Distribution, reduces all ability cooldowns when using your class ability in your targets. And then Reaper, after using your class ability, your next weapon final words gets an orb power. That's overkill. You could maybe use Bomber. If you really want to, like it's really an overkill, but I put it on because orbs of power are fantastic. So focus on resilience first, then discipline, then recovery. I get asked that all the time, which should you focus on? Resilience gives you 30% damage reduction. Realistically, grenades are a lot easier to get, but damage reduction, you can't gain that during the game. So you want to make sure you focus on that first, and then recovery is your third. Now, I wanted to go back to the Verity's Brow. If you can see here in this particular footage, you can see how fast I'm throwing these fusion grenades. I've got Death Throws ×5, and you can see Feel the Flames ×2. Now, Jesse's running the same build as me, or similar build to me, and we're able to just constantly spam grenades. You can see that regeneration of those grenades is so quick, and as I said, faster than Starfire. So if you enjoyed the video, guys, make sure you smash a like, make sure you smash a follow, and I'm going to be having heaps of these kind of build videos for you guys in the coming weeks, so I do appreciate the love and support. You can see there that Phoenix Dive healing yourself as well, so it's a really, really cool build. Give a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys soon. Stay groovy, stay safe. As always, deuces. GG's.